Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to my live. Um, First live on the brand new channel. Um, yeah, it's a little bittersweet, but that's a story for another day. So anyway, today or tonight, um, I'm going to be baking off pumpkin spice muffins from this mix. I got this at the K&J discount in Vermont when I was on vacation, and they were 3 for $1. So I was a little intrigued, and so we're going to make them, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about um, the product itself, and what I find very interesting and also confusing about its sort of branding, marketing, etc. Anyway, um, on the back of the package, it says the mix. So I'm just going to pour that into the bowl here. Now it says that it makes 12 muffins. So we shall see. These are gluten-free. I'll hold this up. Gluten-free, nut-free, and it's also sweetened with monk fruit, allulose, I think it's how you say it, and erythritol, which indicates it's sugar-free. So I guess aside from it being a good option for people who are allergic to nuts or gluten, is it diabetic friendly because it's sugar-free? Well, we're going to find out. Okay, in addition to the mix, we need 2 eggs. And I think what I'm going to do is just lower you a bit. And kind of get us in there a little bit closer, just a little bit closer. Whoopsie. I'm so bad at this. All right, there we go. So now you can see that a little bit better. All right, 2 eggs. And then it says a half cup of water or milk. And since I have a lot of milk in my freezer that I need to use up, I've been using some for overnight oats. I'm just going to add that in here. It should be fine for baking. And then finally, it says a half cup of oil or melted butter. And since I have such a plethora of butter from dumpster diving, I'm going to add a stick of butter. This is unsalted. All right. So now we have all the ingredients here. And we're just going to mix it all together. Seems rather thick for a muffin mix, to be honest. Let me hold it up here so you can see. Yeah, that's pretty thick, isn't it? But that's what the recipe says. So, all right. So I think I'm going to need a spoon to get this into the muffin pans. So I'm going to set that aside. And so these are silicone muffin molds that I have prepared. All right. So I'm just going to start by putting, I mean, this is really like, this is like cookie dough. This is weird. I do not know about this, but heck, you know what? For $3 for $1, we'll go with it. Okay. I don't know. I mean, that seems really weird, right? All right. Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna put these in and hope that I don't know. I mean, they really do look strange. All right. And it says to bake for 18 to 21 minutes or until golden brown at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to pop them in the oven. I don't know if it's the butter that made them like that or oil would have been better. I don't know. But yeah, it's like, it is a very strange batter for sure. So as far as this making 12 muffins, I don't know. I really don't think, unless they really poof up big. Or I just put too much batter in each one. That's possible. Oh, I forgot to put the timer on. That would help. All right. Hey, Chris. Yeah, starting the new channel. Just getting going with it. All right. I am making these pumpkin muffins that I don't know. I don't think I'm going to make 12. I don't think there's any way to make 12 out of this. Well, I could try, I guess. If I rob a little bit from each of these. This batter is just very solid. I'm thinking maybe because I used butter instead of oil. I used melted butter. And maybe it's just solidified. Really not sure. But We're going for it. Okay, take a little bit from here. Making a total mess of things here. Okay. All right. Well, we kind of have now another 6 muffins. All right. I think, get in there. All right. So I guess it does make 12. All right. So here's the other 6. Don't look too great. Let me pop these in. And so I'll just have to add another 2 minutes to those. Get that in there. And now goes the waiting game. So let me bring this back up and back out, and hello. All right, so pumpkin muffins, yes. So this was something I got at the K&J discount grocery store in Vermont when I was on vacation. And I got them because they were 3 for $1. I got 3 of these for $1, so 33 cents for one package. And I was intrigued because the first thing I saw was gluten-free, nut-free. So it's for people who have allergies or what have you. And I thought, okay, cool. And then it said monk fruit, allulose, and erythritol sweetened pumpkin spice muffin mix. And so I thought, oh, okay, it's sugar-free. Is it also something good for diabetics? So then I turned over the other side. And this is where I feel things went really awry. And I'm not sure what this particular company is trying to do, or who their target customer is, because there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of things that are very odd and misleading. And so, if you're not a good critical thinker or can do math pretty quickly, you would be swayed into thinking this is a very healthy thing. So underneath all of the instructions, there's this little short story. So I'm going to read this little short story because I think it's a hoot. It says, over 1,000 years ago, in the remote mountain highlands of Asia, a group of Buddhist monks called the Luohan achieved enlightenment and ascension through meditation and pure living. The monks discovered a rare superfood prized for its sweetness and its ability to raise qi, or life energy. This sacred fruit was named monk fruit and was used for centuries to increase qi and well-being, earning it the nickname the immortal's fruit. We still harvest monk fruit for Lecanto in the same pristine areas according to traditional and environmental methods. So what they're really going on about is monk fruit, right? And monk fruit sweetener, which is an artificial sweetener. Okay. And it's supposed to be healthy, right? But here's where it gets interesting, right? Because on the front, that's the first sweetener. It says monk fruit, then allulose, and then erythritol. But when you look at the ingredient list, check this out. Ingredients. First is the flour blend, right? That's the largest ingredient, right? Flour blend of sorghum, cassava, rice, pea, and buckwheat. Okay. So they're all gluten-free grains. Second ingredient, erythritol. Erythritol is the second ingredient. There's more erythritol in this than there is monk fruit. The monk fruit is like way down at the end. Very end, it's like, oh, then there's some monk fruit extract in here, along with xanthan gum, which I thought that's pretty hilarious. So that they make this all about monk fruit, right? And yet that's one of the least ingredients in this. Erythritol is the second ingredient. Allulose is the third ingredient. So after the flowers come all these other sweeteners. So I thought that was kind of hilarious. And then we get to the nutrition facts. This kind of gets me a little miffed a little bit, because I feel like they're kind of purposely making it a little misleading. So it says about 6 servings per container. And since it says it makes 12 muffins, right? So you figure, oh, a serving is 2 muffins. They say serving size is 1/6 of the dry mix or 2 muffins. But that can't be. It's either or, right? Because 1/6 of the dry mix is this. 2 muffins is the dry mix plus the eggs, the water or milk, and the oil. That's going to change the nutrition facts, right? That's going to change the numbers here. So which is this? Well, right next to the 2 muffins, it says in parentheses, 47 grams. Well, I did some quick math. If you times 47 by 6, you get 282, which is the weight of this package. So these nutrition facts apply only to the package and not the other added ingredients. So it says amount per serving, calories. So they list it. It's like the largest number listed here. Calories, 100. It's only 100 calories for 2 muffins. No, it's not. It's 100 calories for 1/6 of the mix. But when you add in all that oil, eggs, which add, a couple of 100 calories maybe, you're talking about for 2 muffins, probably in the neighborhood of 500 to 600 calories, not 100. So right there, it's like, yeah, that's a problem. And then they say, oh, total fat's only a 0.5 gram. Yeah, but you're adding a whole 1/2 cup of oil. That's a lot of fat. So again, it's like, yeah, nope. The amount of fat's going to be greater than 1%. The sodium probably isn't going to change too much. I used unsalted butter, so 280 milligrams. That's an number. It's not like really great or really low, but it's not super high either. It's kind of okay. But then this is where they got me. It says total carbohydrate, 40 grams. So just for the dry mix, 1/6 of the dry mix is 40 grams of carbohydrate. And the last time I checked, 1 gram of carbohydrate is 4 calories. So if you times that by 40, you get 160 calories. Not 100, 160. So where does this 100 number come from? Is it like net carb calories? Like, where did they get this number? And then say there's 40 grams of carbohydrate. Like, this is not adding up, I didn't have to go much further than that, but then I just did anyway. 14 grams of sugar alcohol. That is a lot of substitute sugar. That's a lot of sweetener. And that can give you some gastrointestinal problems. The protein is negligible. You are adding some with the egg and the milk, but it really doesn't counteract against 40 grams of carbohydrate. And then underneath that, in terms of the nutritional content, there's some calcium and iron and some potassium, but none of those numbers are over 10%. So it's not a significant source of any specific nutrient that our bodies need. So as far as this being like a healthy product, not really. I mean, you might as well buy cake mix. I mean, for all this offers you in the way of nutrition. Um, so it's interesting. And that's why I'm like, who are they how they mark this? I mean, there's a little picture of the monk there and the sun and stuff. I mean, so obviously, I guess they're big on monk fruit, but then I don't know, like make it make sense. you know, I think maybe if they just focused on the gluten nut free thing, I don't know. But if they're about monk fruit, then like I don't know. It and these carbohydrates, like that's the thing. They all sound healthy, right? Sorghum sounds healthy. Cassava is very starchy, though. Rice is starchy. Pea flour is very starchy too, and buckwheat. And they're highly processed. So even though there's no sugar in this, um, if you're diabetic, this is going to spike. This is going to spike your blood sugar like really, really fast. So this is not really a good diabetic option. So why did I buy it? Well, I was curious. I was like, is this even going to taste good? Because for 3 for $1, which was a really great deal. For the other thing I did was to look at the date on this, and it did say best buy November 11th of 2025. So it's already past date by like 7 months. I did open the package before starting the live, and it smelled okay. It smelled primarily of pumpkin spice, so it didn't smell like anything went off or anything went rancid, which I would guess it wouldn't because there's so little fat in the actual dry mix itself. So it's fine. But that was the other thing. The person who owns the K&J discount, when they got them originally, they put a price of $3.50 on it. And then I guess they went out of date, so they marked it down to 3 for $1. I went and looked up what the retail of this is. At Walmart, this is $9.99. Who is paying $10 for muffin mix? Like, that's crazy. That is just crazy. So anyway, this is a great experiment. We're going to see if it's any good. It is smelling pretty good. I can say that. What am I going to do with it? If it's any good, these muffins are going to go to my neighbors, and the other 2 packages, my plan is to bake them we have a coffee hour after church on Sundays. We're kind of not doing it right now, but we'll start up again in several weeks. So, and there are a couple of people who do have gluten allergies and nut allergies. So I thought, this might be nice. I could bake off a bunch of these, maybe do them as mini muffins or something, and bring them in for everyone to enjoy. But it would be a nice option for those who do have a gluten intolerance or any other, issues with nuts or something. But not really for diabetics. So anyway, that was my big fun part. So yeah, $9.99 is really crazy. You never tried monk fruit? Do you use it? I have monk fruit sweetener, but I haven't really used it much. It's okay. It's okay. It's definitely better than stevia. I just can't take stevia. So it's better than that. But is it any great shakes? It's fake sugar, it's a sugar substitute. But I did find a recipe I think it's for to make your own condensed milk, like sweetened condensed milk. Um, and the recipe says they used allulose, but you could use monk fruit. And the type of sweet monk fruit that I have is a 1-for-1. So you would measure it just like you measure sugar. So that's something I think I want to try going into the fall baking season, because then I could make like some sugar-free treat with the condensed milk. And that might be a slightly, better option for some of the members of my family who also do have diabetes, type 2, but like are in denial about it. So anyway, but I figure, let's see, we have 1 minute, even just under a minute. So I'm going to check on them. It is smelling pretty good. So fingers crossed. I'll have to, I should probably test them. Let me get a toothpick out. The old toothpick in the center. Does it come out clean? Make sure that they're fully baked, because of the egg in there. But once I check on these, I'll do a little bit of a show and tell, because aside from the little grocery haul I did at the K&J, I got a few more things while on vacation. They're all little stupid things, but I felt like I got some pretty good deals. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta! There we go. All right, let's check on it. All right, let's see. Okay, those are definitely not ready. So we're going to let that go a little bit longer. I think it also, sometimes the silicone one, yeah, you can see it didn't come out clean. It still came out pretty doughy. So I'm going to toss that out. I should probably get another one out. Just take the whole thing out. So let's get into a little show and tell. So I was with my sister. We went to a Dollar General. She needed to pick up some things from a Dollar General. I don't have one near me. I have a Dollar Tree in my town, but not a Dollar General. Anyway, I got a couple of things, but they had a table with 50% clearance, and they had these sheet pans. Now, I don't really need sheet pans, but the 2 big ones that I have, I can't fit them like side by side like that in the oven and close the door because they're a little too long. These fit perfectly. These are perfect. So I can lay them side by side in the oven. So they were 50% off. So I got both of these for $5.30. And I thought that was a pretty good deal. So I was like, go me. I'll leave them there for now. The other thing I got at the dollar store was some junk food. They were having some sale on movie theater candy. And I saw these Boston baked beans. I remember these as a kid. I don't know if you've ever seen these as a kid. Boston baked beans. They're just peanuts with a candy coating, no chocolate. So they're like a peanut M&M without the chocolate. And they kind of look like a bean. They're very good, very sweet though, a lot of sugar. So obviously I have a lot left, but it was just for nostalgic reasons. I was like, oh, I remember these. I got to get them. It was $1. I thought that was kind of fun. And then my sister sent me on some errands one day, and one of the places was called Ocean State Job Lot. So I'm assuming it's like an Ollie's or an Odd Lots or a Job Lot or some of those kinds of stores. I think they just buy a lot of overstock or what have you, and then sell it at a discount. You've seen the Boston baked beans, but never tried them. I like it. They're good. I thought they'd be crunchier. I thought they were crunchier as I remembered, but the maybe they melted. I don't know. Um, but they're good. But they are sweet, you know. And they are a little hard on the teeth. Anyway, at the Ocean State job lot, aside from getting the things my sister wanted me to get her, I got a whole pound of shelled walnuts for $4.99. That's a good deal. And you know, I been eating almonds and peanuts, and so I was like, oh, this would be a nice change of pace for me. So a whole pound for $4.99. They look good. I also got Gravy Master because I'm almost out of mine, and I love this stuff. I use it all the time to make gravies, especially for beef. They're good. And this, I think it was under $3. It might have been under $3, which is a pretty good deal because this is a very big bottle. My Gravy Master bottle, is it even in here? Oh, do I have it somewhere? Where did I put it? I don't know where it is. Is it? No. But I did all the moving of stuff around, and now I don't know where I put things. Huh. Okay, it's somewhere. But there was only a tiny bit left. So, no, it's not there. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Yeah, so this is my little tiny bottle. So it's maybe 3 times as much, twice. So I thought that was actually a pretty good deal. And it will last for years, so I'm excited about that. What else did I get? Oh, these never go shopping when you're hungry. There was a box. I got them. They're called Noni's Thin Addictives. Oh my gosh, have you ever had these? These are dangerous. They're little biscotti, but sliced really tiny thin. There's like a few in a package, and there's like 6 in a box. I threw away the box, but I have 3 of these left because half of them are gone now. And they're only 100 calories per pack. So that's good, but you should only eat 1 pack. And these are pistachio flavored, I guess, or whatever. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. So I'm taking these to the studio so I don't just eat them all at once. That was my buzzer. So let's check again. My little trusty toothpick out. Okay, these. All right, that looks done. I think. Okay, I think they are done. Yay. All right. So now let me get these out. Yeah. I hear yas. I hear yas. Give me a break. Let me get you out first. Okay. All right. And I can shut the oven off and the timer off. All right. Let's take a look at these. So this is the silicone ones. So they poofed a little, not a lot. I'm going to move these away. Okay. So I can move this pan over here. And this, hang on, are these. So they didn't really poof up a lot. So they make 12 muffins, but they're fairly small muffins for sure. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can see them. There we go. Whoops. All right. And I'm going to try to carefully get these out. All right, like that. Because I don't have asbestos fingers. Um, right. 5 and 6. Okay. Um, and I'm probably not, I'm going to have to let these kind of cool just for a couple of minutes before I try one, because I'm sure they're screaming hot. All right. These should pop out pretty easy. Let's see. Yes. Yep. They all did. That's nice. Woohoo. A little brown on the bottom, but that's fine. Ah, hot, hot. All right. So they're pretty small kind of muffins, but they do smell pretty good. So we'll let them cool for a minute or two, and then we will see. Let's see. We have an Ocean State job lot in the neighboring town. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you know that store. Yeah, there are some really good buys there for sure. So I mean, I had fun. I didn't mind doing the shopping errands because it was like, oh, I get to try out and see a new store. Um, oh, and you use Gravy Master too. Yeah, it's good stuff. I love it. Um, it's just, you can make the simplest of gravies and it's just so good. All right, what else did I get? I got one more thing from the Ocean State. So I finally tried Dubai chocolate for the first time. And because Aldi, where my sister lives, was selling it. And I was kind of underwhelmed. And the only reason I got it was because it was like $3.99 or something, because Dubai chocolate everywhere is like crazy expensive. So I'm kind of, it might be because it was really like cheap version. I don't know. But I also didn't like the fact it was milk chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate. Anyway, so I was at that Ocean State odd lot thing, and I saw pistachio spread. And then I had this brilliant idea, like, oh, I could make my own Dubai chocolate with dark, Dubai with the dark chocolate and stuff, because I have that little chocolate mold or whatever. And then I'm like, yeah, right. After I left the store, I'm like, yeah, well, either you're going to make it in the next year, or this is going to sit in your cupboard for the next 2 to 3 years. So you can take bets now. Let's see, will I ever get to cracking that puppy open? Anyway, so, and I think that was it. It was like $2.75. So I mean, I didn't break the bank on that. And then what else did I get? Oh, when I was traveling all these various states and stuff, I pulled off for gas at one place, and they had a little convenience store, and I didn't have anything, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll try to get myself a healthy snack. So I bought like some cranberry trail mix and never opened it. So, but that's nice. I have some somewhat healthy snacky food. It's like got almonds and peanuts and pumpkin seeds. It looks like walnuts in there as well. Looks like date pieces. And I don't know if that's cranberries or raisins in there. Oh, cranberry. It would be cranberry, yeah. So actually it should say, yeah, peanuts, raisins, dried dates, cranberries, pumpkin kernels, almonds, walnuts, pecans. Oh, some and some salt. So not too bad for a diabetic. Somewhat healthy. And then I ended up having for my sister to go back to that K&J store. And so, of course, I saw more stuff. I saw Trader Joe's truffle glaze, 3 for $1. Another 3 for. I already opened one, but these are the 2 I haven't opened yet. This stuff is amazing. It's like a balsamic glaze with, I guess, a truffle essence or something. I don't think Trader Joe's actually carries this anymore. I looked it up and I couldn't find it, but I did find something similar it's like a balsamic glaze, and that retail is $3.29. So to get three for $1, and this stuff, you could put this on salad, you can put it on uh, anything, pretty much meat, veggie. Oh, it's so good, so good. Um, so yeah, if they sell stuff like this at the Ocean State, highly recommend. It's delicious. And for three for $1, I'm like, woohoo, this was great. Really enjoyed that. And then the last thing that I got there, I did notice them, but I kind of wasn't thinking about it. But I don't drink a lot of alcohol, or I try not to. But during the summer, I indulge a little bit more often because I have, my schedule allows for that. And the one thing I really love is a nice gin and tonic. But when I buy the diet tonic water, which usually comes like in a liter bottle, it usually goes flat really quickly, and I end up wasting it. Um, and then they do sell those like little small bottles, those like little 4-packs, like of diet tonic. It went sometimes when you can find them, but they're like $5 to $8 for a 4-pack. So K&J had these Navy Hill soda and tonic, 2 packs, 2 for $5. So, still not cheap, but that's way better than paying $5 just for one. Now, this isn't diet tonic, it's regular tonic, but it's combined with club soda. So it's only 35 calories per bottle. So it does have less sugar in it overall. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. But this is great because now I can make gin and tonic and just have one of these bottles. And, this will all stay nice and fizzy. So that was I felt a good deal for me. And then on the way home, I stopped off at one more place. This place called the Confectionery House, and they sell or cater specifically to like bakers and candy makers. And the reason I stopped off there, because I passed it on the way up to Vermont, because I wanted to get food grade peppermint oil. Because there really isn't, like, I guess there is a Walmart that I could get like the Loran, I think, but they don't always carry that stuff. And then I would have to buy it online. And I figured, well, you know what? If I'm passing it, I might as well just stop. I'm sure they have it. And they did. So I got this food grade peppermint oil. I haven't even unwrapped it yet. But this is the Loran oils, $12.99. This stuff is not cheap, but it's food grade, so it's the right stuff. But what I didn't know that they also make is a peppermint emulsion, which does not have alcohol in it. But unlike peppermint extract, there's no alcohol in this. So next time I make peppermint patties for this Christmas, I'm going to use this in place of the peppermint extract. I'm going to see how that does. And then, of course, shiny things, right? I saw these cute little sprinkles. They're red and green Christmas cheese. They're really cute. Not cheap, but cute. So I got those. And then I got their little holly berries and holly leaves. And I thought, well, I could, sprinkle that on top of Christmas crack or what have you. So fun stuff. And then the other thing I got there was some dark melting chocolate, for dipping things in. The last time I went to Aldi to get their, it's Baker's Corner. I think that's the brand that they sell at Aldi. they only had milk chocolate and white chocolate. They did not have the dark chocolate. I don't know if it's because of the cocoa bean issue or chocolate shortage. The price of chocolate is sky high. So I got these, and partly to remind myself, because what I found out, the woman who runs the place said that I can order it. She will ship it same day. So if I can't find these at Aldi this season, and I use all these up, I can order from her. And even with the shipping, it would still be cheaper than buying the Ghirardelli brand, because the Ghirardelli brand is crazy expensive. And a pound of this was $7.99. But if you buy more than a pound, like if you buy a bigger bag, this was like the smaller bag. But if you buy like one of the bigger bulk bags, it's a lot cheaper. So per pound. So I thought, well, that's good to know. So I was like, to remind myself. And she was so nice because she let me sample it. She put together a little sample bag for me of the different candy melts. So there's white chocolate, which I'm not a big white chocolate fan, but it's actually kind of nice. It's very creamy and smooth, and it's not sick. Like, it's sweet, but not like sicky sweet. So that's actually quite nice. The milk chocolate, no, I'm not that. And the dark chocolate ones, very good. They're as good as the Baker Corner and the Ghirardelli. They're good quality. It's I think the company is Merkins that makes these, and so they're pretty good. So yeah, so those are all the little extras that I treated myself to while on vacation. Let's see. I just bought gin tonic and limes for summer. Woo! Okay, have I taste tested it? The chocolate? Oh, yes, the chocolate I did. I've been trying to be good, because there wasn't like a whole lot more in here, to be honest. Like, I've been really, really good. I've just, maybe every few days I take out one of each, and like little mouse, have a little snack. I'm trying to be good. Hey, Liz. Anyway, all right. So I'm going to try one of these now, because they're good enough to handle. So let's do this right. I'm going to get myself a little plate. And we're going to put that on the plate. And we're going to do the whole reveal here. So let's get down where that is. There we go. Okay, and whoops, drop it down a little more. Oopsie. Let's see. There we go. There we are. Beautiful in frame. There's our little sugar-free, gluten-free, nut-free pumpkin spice muffin. Not fat-free. All right, so moment of truth. Let's cut it open. Oh, it cuts pretty easy, that's for sure. All right, spread that open. How does that look? That looks lovely. That does look good. That looks quite good. All right, let me bring you back out for the taste test. Here we go. So hold it up again. So that looks really nice. All right. Is it any good, though? Being that it was 7 months past the best, the sell-by date, and it's a lot of artificial stuff. All right, here we go. Cheers. Give me a second. It has a nice pumpkin spice flavor. It's not very strong, but it's there. despite having a whole stick of butter in there. But as I suspected, it is a little bit on the dry side. I find a lot of gluten-free baking stuff tends to be a little bit on the drier side. But it's holding together well. It's because sometimes some of that, when it doesn't have flour in it, it crumbles a lot. So it's holding very well. It doesn't have exactly the same chew as if you used flour, like regular flour, but it's quite nice. There is a little bit of the I don't know if to call it like a mouth coating or an aftertaste from the sweeteners, from the combination of erythritol, allulose. It's a lot. These are hard to say. Why do they make these things easier to say? And the monk fruit. There's a little bit of that back thing. I'd probably want to put more butter on this, to be honest. But for what I paid for it, they're pretty good. Not diabetic friendly though. So I'm actually not going to finish this because my sugars have been doing a little bit of a up and down last couple of days. So I don't, this is going to shoot it up pretty high. So I'm not going to finish it, but that's not to say that I'm not finishing it because it's no good. It is good. It's good. It's not $9.99 good. No, not for that price. I would not pay $10 for this. But for what it is, it's good. And I will probably try to zhuzh it up a little bit when I make it for the church coffee hour. Obviously, I'll make sure that it remains gluten-free and nut-free. I won't add things like that to it. But maybe a bump up the spices a little bit more. And I think I would possibly add, maybe do it with oil rather than butter. And see if that changed the consistency of the dough. But other than that, it's pretty good. So my neighbors are going to be very happy because they're going to get all of these. I have a couple of elderly neighbors, and then one of my neighbors next door upstairs, who sometimes when I'm not here, he waters my tomatoes because he likes my tomatoes. So I'll give him some muffins to tide him over until the tomatoes come in. So, does it have pumpkin in it or just pumpkin spice? Oh, that's a good question. Let me go back to what the ingredients was. It says pumpkin. It says spices, and then it says pumpkin. So I guess dehydrated pumpkin. I guess you could dry. You could pretty much freeze dry anything, right? You could dry anything and then put it in there. So pumpkin powder. I don't know, but it does say pumpkin. It says spices, pumpkin, sea salt, annatto, which annatto is what gives it that color. It's like that orange color. And then the monk fruit extract. So what you, Leslie, what you might have missed, I don't know if you were here for that, but I read off, like this, the marketing for this is just, or the way that this is put together, this package is just very bizarre and weird. And I think it's just trying to do too many things or be too many things to too many people. And so it is probably why it ended up in the K&J discount for 3 for $1, because it's kind of a little all over the map. Even the nutritional facts aren't aren't right, because if you just do basic math, you're like, yeah, that doesn't compute. That doesn't seem right. Um, and as I said before, this is, yeah, I concluded even in the store before I bought it that this was not really a diabetic product. It's not meant, or I don't know if they're trying to make diabetics feel that it's okay because it's sugar-free, but just because something's sugar-free doesn't make it good for diabetics. And this is a good example of that. This is a no-go. There are so many other pumpkin things that you could make um, as a diabetic that would provide you with so much more than what this provides, and not give you that crazy uh, blood sugar spike. So, but as an experiment, it was fun. Yeah, so I mean, it works as a product, but yeah, not for me, basically. That's it. So, you were there for that. Good. All right. Anyway, so that's about it for me for tonight, because it is a little hot in here. I do have the air running, but running the oven in the summertime, kind of nuts. But I figured it was only going to be for, 22 minutes or so. Wasn't going to be that bad. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great rest of their evening and a great week. And I'll be back again soon with another live, but of course I will have another video coming out Wednesday. So until then, everybody have a great night. Take care. Bye.